You're in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics, as we talk position groups within the Cincinnati Bengals roster. Let's talk about the running back position. And obviously, first and foremost is the other Joe of the Joe and Joe show, the Joe Show, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is a lightning rod of energy for the Cincinnati Bengals football team. Every player on the roster responds to Joe Mixon's enthusiasm, his childlike enthusiasm for the game of football in a very, very positive way. I'm talking about childlike enthusiasm. He loves football. The fans respond to him. His teammates respond to him. Joe Mixon brings it. He brings it in terms of physically, mentally, emotionally, tangibles, intangibles. If he stays healthy, and last year, of course, he had that foot injury, but he's fully recovered from that foot injury. He's a 3-down running back. Joe Mixon can run the football. He's one of those running backs that can make you miss and run away from you, or run you over and run away from you. He's got that type of ability. He also runs good routes out of the backfield. I remember covering him at Oklahoma. Joe Mixon made a lot of big plays, catching the football and then running after the catch at Oklahoma. And he's done the same thing in the National Football League, and I think he'll continue to do it even more. And then the third component is blocking, blitz pickup. You have to go the right way. You have to pick up the proper responsibility with the good technique, the proper technique. And Joe is getting really good in that area, and he's not least bit bashful about it. He'll stick his face mask right in there, right in the chest of a linebacker. So Joe Burrow is somebody that you can count on in blitz pickup, and Joe Burrow appreciates that, believe me. So Joe Mixon, I think, is going to play a lot of football this year for the Cincinnati Bengals, particularly with the departure of Giovanni Bernard. I think Joe Mixon's snaps are going to increase. Samaje Perine, down the stretch last year, played some really good football for the Cincinnati Bengals. And a former teammate of Joe Mixon at Oklahoma. And Samaje Perine is the running back that holds the record for most rushing yards in a single game at Oklahoma. And think of all the great running backs the Oklahoma Sooners have had. Samaje Perine's the guy that has the record. So this guy has shown an ability to run the football, square those shoulder pads up, and pop big plays in the running game. Played well down the stretch for the Bengals. Had a big game against the Houston Texans as well over 100 yards rushing. And Samaje Perine, I think, stamped himself in the coach's mindsets as somebody that can be counted on. So you'll see him giving Joe Mixon opportunities to rest a little bit from time to time. And then Chris Evans is the guy that steps in for Giovanni Bernard as the third down back, because Chris Evans can do a lot of the things that Giovanni Bernard did in terms of running routes and catching the football. Wears the same number, but dimensions aren't all that crazily different. So you're going to think, that does look like Giovanni Bernard. He's excellent with his routes. He can catch it extremely well. He could play slot receiver, I think, in a pinch for the Cincinnati Bengals. The thing that he has to work on and continue to improve upon, Giovanni Bernard had a doctorate in blitz pickup. He was great. I mean, he'd take on much bigger men. He'd take on defensive linemen if he had to, Giovanni Bernard, and stick his nose right in their chest and stand right up to him with his hands inside and with good technique and good hand placement. And that's what Chris Evans has to show, that he can do that type of thing. So he has the confidence of Joe Burrow at the quarterback position, and the coaches, first and foremost, have the confidence to put him out in the field in those situations. In terms of the practice squad, Travion Williams is who led the SEC in rushing when he was at Texas A&M. This guy has shown that he can run the football in the National Football League as well. He's hit some big runs for the Cincinnati Bengals. Jaquez Patrick had a great training camp, averaged almost 6 yards a carry, ran people over. He basically won himself a job on the practice squad due to his training camp and excellence there. And Puka Williams Jr. is another guy that they like as a Chris Evans type in terms of ability to return kicks, an ability to run routes out of the backfield, catch the football, could play slot receiver in a pinch as well. They like his position versatility. So the Bengals feel pretty good about what they have going on at the running back position. There's no question about it when you add not only the 53-man roster, but the practice squad as well.
Hi, Dave Lapham here. Have you heard about In the Trenches with Dave Lapham, presented by First Star Logistics? Catch new episodes from the world of sports and broadcasting. Search for In the Trenches with Dave Lapham on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.